Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are fit and fine. Children, as you all know, we have revised active and passive voice, direct and indirect narration. Today we are going to start revision of modals. Modals, as you all know, in the other word you can say modal auxiliaries. They are verbs and they are supposed to use before ordinary verbs, and they are expressing obligation, request, command, and so on. So here today we are going to start this chapter, children. So everybody take out your pencils and copy to note down few important points of modals. So children, let's start. Before going to start this chapter modal, I would like to write definition on the board of modals. Modals, as you all know, they are called modal auxiliaries. So now children, we are going to write, I'm going to write on the board the definition of modals. Modals or modal auxiliaries. Modals or modal auxiliaries are verbs which are used to which are used before ordinary verbs. Ordinary verbs. Okay children? Ordinary verbs to express permission, to express permission, possibility, ability, obligation, suggestions, request, and so on children. They indicate the attitude, intention, children, intention and mood of the speaker, Okay children, now here the definition is written on the board. What are modals? Modals are auxiliaries. Modal auxiliaries, they are called modal auxiliaries, and they are also verbs, and they supposed to use before ordinary verbs. Okay children, and they are supposed to express suggestions, request, obligation, and possibility, capability. These type of the expression you can see, you can show by the modals. And here children, you can see they indicates the attitude, intention and mood of the speaker. If the modal is used, suppose the modal is used can, so you can assess that this model is used to show the capability of the person or it shows the possibility. So here you can see it is used to show ability, capability and possibility. So can, I am giving an example of can because this is so simple. We are using in our daily language, we are using this because it's showing the possibility, capability and ability also. So that is why can is a model, and you can see there are different type of the models which can show suggestion, obligations, request. So some models are very common in every type of model which can show possibility or capability. So children, you don't get confused in that because it's showing the mood of the speaker. You have to use the same model in a different type of the mood of the sentence. Suppose if I am going to tell you she can dance. She can dance, so it's you can say I am showing the capability of that particular person. She can dance. If we are using can, may he can come tomorrow. So here it's showing the possibility of that person. He can come tomorrow. So it's showing the possibility of that person. We are not very sure about that he will come, but there is a possibility to come. So that is why don't get confused. The can is a model and we can show the ability or capability or possibility also. So children, now we are going to differentiate between the models, because models, very few models are which are used in general language, but it can show, it can change the intention and mood and attitude of the speaker. Okay children, so this is called models. Models, as we have written on the board, we can see models or modal auxiliaries are verbs which are used before ordinary verbs to express permission. You can come inside. This is the permission. Okay. Possibility, ability, obligation, suggestion, request and so on. And they indicate the attitude, intention and mood of the speaker. Okay children? So now I hope this is clear to you, the definition is clear to you. I have given one example also. So now we are going to continue this topic. Now if we will see the features of model, so how can we write the features of model? We should know what are the features of models. Okay, so I am going to write on the board. You just write it down in your copy, because if we learn these features, so we can able to solve exercise in a very proper way. So features children. First, models are always followed by main verbs. Main verbs, as they cannot stand on their own in a sentence. Children. So here you can see the first feature of model is models are always followed by the main verb. Okay, always followed by the main verb. If I have given one example here in the previous definition. He can dance or she can dance. Now here you can see the main verb is dance, but always main verbs followed. Okay, so she can dance, it means can is here you can see placed after the subject and then main verb. Okay, this is the meaning of this first feature. Now I'll give you one example, that I may take leave for a week. I may take leave for a week, children. This is example. Now here you can see this is the subject. May, here you can see this is modal, and take is a main verb. Main verb. So here the first feature is telling you modals are always followed by the main verbs, as they cannot stand on their own in the sentence. That is why it can be right before main verb. Okay, children? Now second features we are going to discuss, children. That second features in quotient tags. In quotient tags. In quotient tags, modals can be used alone. Modals can be used alone. Okay. So first of all, you should know what are quotient tags. Quotient tags, everybody, because this quotient tag chapter we have already done. So I think there is no confusion about quotient tags. So now I am going to give one example. You can make an apple pie. You can make an apple pie. Here you can see you can make an apple pie. After that comma, can't you? Can't you? And question is there. Now here whenever we are writing the question in the contracted way, that is called quotient tag. Okay. So here you can see you can make an apple. The second features in quotient tags, modal can be used alone. Modals can be used alone. Here you can see it is written in a proper sentence, children. Okay, you can make an apple pie, can't you? So they are used alone over here, children. Now we are moving to the next feature, that is modals are not affected. Modals are not affected. Modals are not affected by change in the person first person, second person, and third person. Okay, third person. Now or the number. Okay, children, or the number, it means singular and plural. Plurals of the subject. Now here, children, if we will see this feature, here you can see modals cannot change in effect of change in the persons. Suppose it is third person, first person, second person, or it is written in number. If the subject is written in number, it means singular or plural, it cannot be affected by anyone. Suppose, I'll give you one example for that. He may come, he may come, he may come. Here you can see, this is singular subject. You can see he is a singular subject. And if it is written, they may come, here you can say this is plural subject. Plural, they may come. So these are the difference you can see, children. Because sometimes we get confused because this is written in plural, so what we will write? Simple thing. The third feature is telling you that what we should write. Modals are not affected by change in the person, first person, second person, third person. It cannot be changed, it cannot be affected. Okay, children? Now, all the number, singular or plural, if the subject is singular and plural, it is written in the singular number or plural number. So, that time also modals cannot be changed, cannot be affected. Here you can see the example, he may come, singular subject is there, but may is not going to change. Now here they may come, here also you can see, no changes, no affected, and modals are not going to affect anyone. So these are the things we have to always keep in mind while writing modals. Okay, children? So that is why I am telling you again and again in detail that I hope there is no confusion about that. So children, be very particular what are you learning. Because modals, first we have done, modals are always followed by the main verb. And the second thing what we have learned, in question tags, modals can be used alone. And in third point we have seen that modals are not affected by change in the person or in the number. So children, this is as simple as we have already seen. Now we are moving to the next features, that is, for this I have to erase the last one. So last point I am going to write, last features. It is important that the main verb after modal must be in the root form. Must be in the root form. Present participle or past participle present participle or past participle form of the verb is never used with the modal. Okay, children. Now last feature of modals are, it is important that the main verb after modal must be in the root form. Otherwise what happens? Present participle or past participle form of the verb is never used with the modals. That is very important point, children. Here you can see, if we are writing modals, so be very particular about that. If the main verb is written in the root form, then we will use modal. If it is written in present participle and past participle, we are not supposed to use modals. Here I am going to give you one example for that. That is, could you come here early? Could you come here early? Here you can see, children, could you come here early? Here you can see it's make a question, not it's we are not using before main verb because this is written in the other way. That is why we are not using over here. So these are the features we have to remember. Otherwise, what happened when in the exam, if any type of the question comes regarding models, so how can we solve if we don't know the features of models? So children, be clear about these points, because models are not only we can say these are the models, can, could, these are the model. No, because it's having its feature where we are supposed to use. So be very cautious about while using models. Now children, we are moving to the next point. That is, I am going to draw models which are showing the ability. Okay children, which are showing the ability, children. So here the model which can show the ability. So here you can learn which are the models can show ability. So first is can, second is could, okay, and third is be able to. Be able to. Okay children, so here I am just drawing this table. First is can. Can show ability of the person or anyone. And here could, this is the past form of the can. That is why could is there. And be able to, here you can see the exact meaning of ability. It is very clear. Okay, be able to. Its meaning is showing the ability of that particular person. Okay children. Now here can indicates ability to do something. First, the first features of can is indicates ability to do something. Ability to do something. As I have given children this example very early in the video, that can show the ability of the person. So indicates ability to do something. Now it means be able to, be capable of, know how to. Now here for example, Manish can run fast. Now here you can see it's showing the ability of Manish. Okay children, it's showing the ability of Manish. That is why we are using Manish can run fast. Okay. Now we are moving to the could, suggest ability in the past. Suggests ability in the past, children. Okay, this is the past form of the can. Now, for example, she could walk for a kilometer without a break. Without a break, children. Now here you can see suggest ability of the person in past. Can's past form is could. Now here you can see, suggest the ability of the past. She could walk for a kilometer without a break. It's showing the capability or ability of that particular person. Now be able to, it is very clear, children. It is very clear. It means it's showing the ability of the person. Okay, children. Now for this, indicates ability to do something, It's showing the same thing, ability to do something. Here you can see, children, they are all equal. Can, it's showing the ability, okay. Now here suggest ability in the past, and be able to, it is also showing the ability of the person to do something, some work. So here I'll give you one example. He was able to write with both hands. Okay. Now here, children, be able to, it means it's showing the clear ability. The person, he was able to write with both hands. Now here, children, it's showing the ability of the person. That is why it is used over here. So same mood, same indication is there. If you will see here, can, it's showing the ability. Okay, children. Now if we will see the next one, so what is the next, children? Or here in could you can see general ability. It suggests general ability also. One, suggest general ability. Suggest general ability. For example, in my childhood, I could climb tree. I could climb tree. Now here suggest general ability also. Okay. It's not specifying this is the ability. It is in general we can use could in the past. In my childhood, I could climb trees. Okay, children. So these are the models can show the ability. These are can, could, and be able to. Okay. Now we are moving to the next model. That can show children obligation, advice, and suggestion. So obligation, advice, suggestions. Okay. So here, children, you can see, again I will draw the table. That first is should, second is must, and third is ought to. So children, these are the models which can show obligation, advice, and suggestion. That is should, must and ought to. Should here it is used, you can see this is called advice or suggestion. We can use should. Must is also is a model and we can use as a advice or suggestion, and ought to. This is also used to show the suggestion and advice. Okay, obligation also. So these models can be used in a different way, but their motto, these models' motto remain same. Now children, if I'll give you one example about should. So used to make a suggestion or to give advice. Should, used to make a suggestion or to give an advice. Okay children, so here we should eat more vegetable. Now if we will talk about the suggestion, we should eat more green vegetables. Okay children, this is a suggestion because it is suggestion to eat more green vegetable. Now if we will talk about the suggestion, okay, and you should take the medicine twice daily. You should take medicine, you should take medicine twice daily. So this is advice. Very slightly difference you can see. It's not having a major difference, but here you can see used to make a suggestion or give an advice. We should eat more vegetable, green vegetable, that is suggestion. And if we are talking about you should take a medicine twice daily, so here it is an advice. So should can be used as advice and suggestion both. Okay children. So tomorrow will we continue the same topic, obligation, advice and suggestion in models, that is must and ought to. Okay. So children, till then bye bye and take care and revise this.